2018, McDonald's paid a YouTuber to create a sponsored video to try and get their audience interested in working at McDonald's, and together they created an abomination. The video comes from a vlogging channel who talks about how it was their dream to work at McDonald's for 2 hours, I guess. He works a shift at McDonald's, talking about how amazing it is. In the beginning, he talks about how easy it is to apply to McDonald's and how great of an opportunity it is. So very corporate. McDonald's is using this man like a fucking fleshlight. He's talking about McDonald's being basically heaven on earth with the way he's describing it. You know, I almost damn near applied to work there myself after finishing the video. But the whole thing is so condescending, and it breaks my #1 rule for human decency. Don't fuck with people just doing their jobs, especially in the service industry. Any job where someone has to interact with customers is absolutely miserable. Not even the deepest pit of hell would subject the damned souls to that level of torture. It's just that inhumane. So don't be that douchebag that makes their job worse. And unfortunately, this video annihilates that rule. I wouldn't be surprised if the vlogger is the Hamburglar in disguise. This is just downright uncomfortable. Per usual, though, I'd like to give a quick reminder: don't harass anyone in this video.
We are in the kitchen washing down there. This is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Her face right there really tells the whole story. He's just a nuisance. This is an actual workday with legitimate workers, not paid actors, just here doing their jobs, just hoping to clock in, clock out, call it a day. But this dude just rampages throughout the kitchen, bombarding them with questions, as well as just acting like an overly enthusiastic drunk football fan, and just getting in their way and talking down to them at points.
This is good. This is good. Oh my god, look at that.
This guy's acting like a caveman seeing technology for the first time. He had his mind blown that patties were being cooked back here, pointing out that burger press is mental. Like, what do you mean? What do you think happened? You think Ronald McDonald was just in the back pulling the patties out of his asshole? Like, of course they're getting cooked back here. It's a fucking kitchen. That's what happens, you know? It's not sorcery. I don't understand why this grown man is pretending to be surprised that patties are being cooked. He's acting like a child at Disney World, just stunned by everything they're seeing and excited by everything.
So I'm here with Ruben. How you doing, guys? We're going to be learning how to make something today, a burger or something. Before we do, I wanted to ask you, how have you found it working with Ron so far?
He probably had to ask 20 workers that question before he got a response that wasn't just overwhelmingly negative. But he finally found someone who's here to play ball. Ruben seems to be a very nice guy, you know, so it's fun and challenging. But now Ruben will face the biggest challenge of his life, teaching this man-child hype beast how to make a Big Mac for his goofy sponsored vlog.
Yep, go to there. Another one, there. Another, on the right.
Look at that blank, lifeless expression here while trying to pretend he's having fun. He's trying his best to make this sponsored video something positive, I think. He's just missing the mark. He's trying way too hard to make this seem genuine. It comes across as so fake, especially considering that the vlogger is a millionaire.
And you've got full stars here. Yeah, he's got, I've got no stars. No, it's about teaching it.
Just a known fact. An unverified channel has a much lower chance of getting recommended than a verified one. It's just been proven a whole bunch of times. So if you're going to weaponize something on YouTube to kind of take your first steps into the battlefield of making brands the reigning king and take down the creators, the first step would be verification. It makes it harder to find a channel, and it also makes it easier for people to impersonate a channel, which means the audience gets divided, and then all of a sudden it's a war of attrition. You start losing audience members because they think they're following the real one, but they're following a fake one. Shit gets really confusing really quickly because the verification is kind of important in that aspect. It's very easy, like I said, to impersonate. So when you don't have that there and you can't get it because you're not a big brand or a big musician, you're kind of fucked if someone wants to take your identity online. And check this shit out, it goes deeper. I'm connecting all the dots. I'm seeing all the strings that this puppeteer is making us dance with. If you combine this decision with verification removal with the most recent update that fucked creators right in their tight buttholes where they abbreviated public sub counts, shaking, and eventually my shit breaks free, which sends me straight up off the toilet. I was like, oh my god, finally, the shackles have been lifted. So I just spring up off of the toilet as this wasp is approaching closer to the finish line, going for the touchdown. My chocolate starfish is in jeopardy. I'm fucking panicked, so I shoot up off the toilet. This makes the wasp fall down onto the toilet seat because this was a huge motion. Like, I went really quick, and no doubt it was traveling at speeds that my body's never seen before. It's just impossible to police every single comment and every single user on the site. Even if you flagged every single account, they could just make another one and keep posting creepy shit. I wanted to just make this to let you all know why the comments will likely be disabled on my videos, because it's out of my hands. It seems like this is the route they're going, and I'm sure my account will be hit by it as well. It wasn't me that turned off comments. I wanted to keep reading your screeching comments about my hair being too long and how it needs to be cut. I also really wanted to keep diving deeper into, haha, this guy's embarrassingly short at 5'6".
Oh, the good news for you is I looked it up, and most of the ones we have aren't as bad as that. What was that? That was called a long pepper. What was the Scoville though?
And then Pyrocynical has the audacity, he has the gall, the chutzpah, to steal my video idea, my video in essence. He takes it from me without even mentioning me. And then Meaningless had him on the fucking podcast. I raised the boy. I made him a man, put hair on his ball sacks on the podcast, and he turns around and does a TikTok video as well. Again, without even saying that I was the cream supreme of TikTok finds. Disrespectful. Now no one even knows that I was the one that discovered it. And it's a shame. It's a fucking shame. So now I, the holy king, chosen by God himself to sit upon the throne of shitting on insufferably bad TikTok content and watching borderline illegal TikTok content, must retake my place atop this mountain of dog shit that is called TikTok. Anyway, that's about it. It's also the same reason I wear basketball shorts too, by the way. It's just easy to get a lot of them for cheap and bulk, so they're comfortable as well. That's all it boils down to. Being at least comfortable and easy to get a lot of. That's really about it. It's not that deep. So yeah.